what led you to the decision, hey, I think I might need something like a stair lift?
The basis for the whole thing was my arthritic knees were starting to deteriorate. Going up and down the stairs became an increasing problem. I felt I had three options. One, surgery. Two, move to an old folks home. Or three, stay here in my house, which I love. I wanted a place with a unique physical setting, and the view of the bay, both from this floor and from the upper floor, are very important to me. And I have, through the years, hung paintings that I've collected. I've arranged a library in my upstairs bedroom that's just very important and reflects how I feel about myself. I considered moving out, and I started giving things away, and I thought, this is terrible. I don't want to do this at all. I want to stay here. I have visited 5 different retirement homes here in Marin County, and they all have buy-ins between $200,000 and $400,000, and they have a monthly cost of between $3,000 and $5,000. So the cost that you initially gave me was around $17,000 to install this. I figured economically I could have done either. I could have done that, but I didn't want to, regardless of the cost. But in addition, as an economic person, as an economic being, I felt I could easily justify the cost, the $17,000, which turned out to be $15,000. I could easily justify that in 6 months. So for me, it was no. Everything I wanted was solved by doing this.
How did you arrive at choosing to call us?
My next door neighbor had a friend who had installed one and who had difficulty with the first installer. I went and talked to this woman, and she highly encouraged me to use you. Also, the internet, the research I did on the internet said that Bruno was one of the best. So I had 2 things that I wanted. One was I wanted to get the best installations that I could, and I wanted someone I could count on to do the installation. And I was impressed with 2 things. One, that your background is as an engineer, and 2, that I would be dealing with only one person. I would be dealing with the person who did the installation, and as I said, I had high recommendations for you personally. So my decision was I was getting a good machine, and I was getting a good installer, someone I could depend on. I want to say, I didn't do it to save money. I did it because I wanted to get the best I could and have the least problem.
Great. So we installed this about March or early April, if I remember right?
I think that's right.
Okay. So it's now June, it's been in a couple months. Have you had any trouble with the machine?
It's been completely satisfactory. I had 2 small adjustments, which you made today. One that permit me to open my closet door, and the other, the stop that made the device stop at the first landing.
We removed that.
We removed that, and it's gone up and down just fine. I've had no trouble with it.
Great.